What's up YouTube, Capo here, and welcome to the Cap side. Today we've got an NU battle with Freddy, but before we get onto that, be sure to smash that like button, and let's try to get to 5 likes once again, as always. We'll try to do that. So I slapped in a team together, and yeah, we'll see how this works out. We'll just get right into this. Hopefully I brought in all NU Pokemon. I guess I didn't really go over my team. I should do that more often. I should. So let's see what he's gonna bring in today. I'm gonna take a little picture of his team. We're gonna get a new screenshot right here. And I'm gonna block my face. I'm gonna block my face. So we're gonna see the Piplup. I'm pretty sure that's a Pip. No, that's the middle one of that thing. If you hear any background noise, that's Crump doing his eating. He likes to eat. So let's see. Primate's gonna be a problem. Most likely he's gonna lead off with that thing. The rock. I should know what it is. Simple. Logic. So I'm gonna, do I wanna make a prediction? I think I might. I'm gonna, do I want to do that? I sort of want to keep, for the fact that I'm a special Swallow, I started slapping in a team together. Just on chat. I don't know who's the best way to lead off with. Let's see. We're gonna see. I think I'm gonna lead off with Dyson because I think he's gonna lead off with his fellow right there. So let's see. We're gonna get this on its way, and I'm nervous? Question mark? No, I'm not that nervous. I'm not that nervous. And it's been a while since I've battled. It's been a while, but it's been a busy day. You can see I've got my New Orleans Pelipper shirt right here, supporting the local mon. This is taking quite some time. That was a long black screen. You can see? Oh, there we go. So Manny, the Primeape, is gonna hit the field. This is bad, because he can go for now the question is, does he have... If I had Protect, then we'd be good. But I don't. Does he have the Stone Edge? That is the question. That is the question. And he would lock himself into Stone Edge. So I think I might... Do I predict him to switch out? If he switches out, then he doesn't have the Stone Edge. But most likely he does. I'm predicting that he does have the Stone Edge. Do I make a prediction that early into the game, or do I just make the right play and switch out? I'm really scared of this thing. I'm scared of Primates. Primates are really good mons. But I have nothing really that wants to take the Stone Edge. So I think I might... I'm going to try to get rid of this thing. Most likely he has Stone Edge. He's going to go for the U-turn, and that tells me he doesn't have... Alright, so that's not so shabby. Maybe I should have gone for the Volt Switch and done a decent amount of damage, but hey. He might switch out into his thing. This Rhino. Raichu. Raichu. They both start with R's. So thankfully I didn't Volt Switch though. That would have been bad. That would have been really, really bad. So I don't know exactly what he wants to do with this thing. I'm a bit nervous. About this thing. So I'm gonna go into Rhyberry. I think he's gonna go for either Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, or something like that. Maybe I can get the motor drive going on. But we'll see. We'll see how this works out. Let's see if he's gonna go for the Thunderbolt. I will get my motor drive, raise my speed, allowed speed, anything on this field. So I could go for an Earthquake, but he might switch. I might just go for... I think the right place to go for an Earthquake. He might switch into his Uxie, though. Yeah, I'm gonna go for an Earthquake. That's the right play to make. It's nice and safe. So he's gonna withdraw Rhino, and he's gonna go into his Vision. So Vision is most likely... Yeah, there we go. So he predicted the Earthquake. I could have gone for a Facade or something, but... I'm not about that life. What does Vision want to do, though? What does he want to do? This is interesting. So I'm gonna go into Mr. Freeze. I think this thing's just gonna set up its Stealth Rocks, which is gonna suck. But I've got Rapid Spin on Mr. Freeze. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? So he's just gonna go for a Psychic. This is my special wall. I'm gonna eat that right up. Delicious. Delicious. Delicioso. So we know the Primate doesn't have Stone Edge. Or maybe it does. Maybe it does. I can go for a Water Pulse over here. I'm gonna predict something to come in. Yeah, he's gonna withdraw. Most likely the Pyroar is gonna come out. Private. Pyroar? No, it's... I don't know what this thing wants to do. I'm a bit scared of this thing. I get the confusion. That's always awesome. I think I'm gonna go with that. I like the name Private on this little... I don't even know what to call it. I don't... Oh man, that face. That face. I just want to enjoy this face for a bit. That's perhaps the best face I've seen a Pokemon do all this time. He's not even impressed. He's just... He doesn't care. He doesn't give a single care in the world. But he's gonna catch this Freeze Dry. This should do absolutely nothing. He'll be confused. Maybe I can hit himself in confusion. That's right, Private. You're still a Private. You're not a Cadet. You're not a General. You're not a Captain. You're not all of the above. That's why you hit yourself in confusion. I still don't know what this thing wants to do. I have no idea. I have no idea what this thing wants to do. I could go for a switch, but I'm gonna keep on Freeze Drying. He's gonna stay in, and I feel like I'm gonna catch a physical attack, and then I'm gonna be wrecked. So he's still confused. He might hit himself in confusion again. No, he's gonna go for the Stealth Rocks. That's perfect. I've got Rapid Spin. I've got Rapid Spin on this fella right here. So I'm just gonna go for a Rapid Spin. He can go for a Scald or anything. And I'll get rid of those rocks. I don't like those rocks. He's still confused. 3 turns of confusion. And he's gonna go for Toxic, but I avoided because... Well, that sucks for him. I'm sorry about that, man. That really sucks. I'm gonna keep on going for a Freeze Dry. No point. He might sack this thing off. Or not. No, he's gonna withdraw. Sorry, Private. You're just not cut up for this. Mufasa! That is his Pyroar. Oh gosh, I'm scared of this thing. I'm scared of this. I'm gonna do absolutely nothing. And I have to switch out. I have to straight on switch out. I could go into another hour. I actually might just go into Yuck Luck, because Yuck Luck doesn't really have much usage in this battle. Now I can go to another hour and sort of just do something of the above. Maybe Yuck Luck might sort of take this hit somewhat well. He does have a bit of... So he's gonna go for the Fire Blast. Now is this thing Choice... Okay, that's definitely Choice Scarf. That's a Choice Scarf Mufasa. Because if it was banded, it would have done a lot more damage. I think I'm just gonna go for the Poison Jab. It's the right play to make. He might stay in. He's gonna withdraw. He's probably gonna go into Vision. I'm not in any position to make that prediction right away. And I want to see what he wants to do. I might get the poison. I do get the poison. I snag that poison, and I can get some residual damage on this thing. Maybe I can figure out what this is. I really wish I knew what it was. Because right now it's just standing here and mocking me in my face. So I'm going to try to recover a bit more damage. I'm going to go for the Protect. If I had just gone for a Shadow Sneak, then maybe we might have been in a different position. But I carry Protect on my Yuck Luck because it's in case of situations like these. So he's going to go for a Thunder Wave. Interestingly enough. This thing's going to receive some more damage. I did not expect... Alright. So I do need my Ryberry too. Now do I predict him to go into... I could just go for a Shadow Sneak if he wants to do those shenanigans. Yeah, I don't really need Yuck Luck. I don't know if I do though. I feel like I don't. I'm really arguing. I'm gonna go for Shadow Sneak. Maybe I can get some Maybe I can take this thing down. No, that's too defensive. That's really defensive. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm just gonna eat that up. How dare I eat that up? Oh my gosh, why? I am impressed. I did not figure he'd eat that right up. I can actually just protect here. Yeah, I'm gonna protect, because poison damage plus the Shadow Sneak will take down this thing. And he's just gonna Calm Mind, so... Snap, that doesn't... I don't know if that matters. Good move on his part for predicting my protect. Really good, really good. But vision should go down within the next couple turns. How much poison damage does? That's a question to me. So I'm just gonna go for another Shadow Sneak. No point of over predicting. I'll take down vision, which is a huge threat gone. I could have maybe switched out. I could have probably switched out. Thinking back. I'll still live. I'll live. I'm impressed. Yuck Luck, you really impressed this time. This time you did. So, Visions is gonna go down. Little shady reference right there, I'm guessing. Or he watched The Avengers. Either or. I still haven't watched The Avengers. I should watch The Avengers sometime. That'd be good. Heard it's a good movie. Or it was just a movie. It was good. It's good. It's good. So, I don't know who he's gonna send out. I know with the Vision gone, then Mufasa's gonna come out. Which is totally fine by me, because maybe I can... Do I go for the protect and hope for the best, or do I see what move I'm gonna see what move he's gonna lock himself into, actually. Then I'm gonna move, or I'm gonna react within that. So let's see which move he's gonna go into. He's gonna go into Hyper Voice. Totally fine by me. I think I might actually switch out. I might switch out into Mr. Freeze, because Mr. Freeze has a bit more special defense. Is he gonna predict me to switch out though? If he does, good play on his part. Let's see. Is he gonna predict that? Yeah, he's gonna predict that. That's... Do not eat that up. I do not. I do not, and that was bad. That was really bad. But I feel like Mr. Freeze doesn't really have much usage in this battle. I'm gonna go for a Water Pulse. There's no rock set up or anything. He might want to switch out because he needs Mufasa for something else of the variant. So he's gonna withdraw, actually. He's gonna withdraw. I'm gonna go for a Water Pulse. Manny, who is Manny? This thing right here. This beast of a thing. And he just might go for a close combat. I get the... Oh my gosh. Another confusion on my end. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry, Mr. Freeze. Calm down. Please stop confusing people. Maybe they just don't know where his base is. Or they just don't know what a Mr. Freeze is. I'm gonna go into Yuck Luck because... Yeah, I think he's gonna double switch. He's gonna double switch into the Private. I guess he wants to get his rocks up. Huh. Now we're back at this situation. I could actually start setting up with... I'm gonna go for Poison Jab. No, this thing, I feel like this thing's pretty defensive. He can set up his Stealth Rocks. I'm gonna go for Poison Jab. The Mufasa's gonna come back in. I know he is. I'm gonna go for the Poison Jab. Maybe I can take this thing down. Maybe, let's see. Yes, so he's gonna get no rocks up. Which is awesome because I don't want to deal with rocks. I didn't put a spinner on my team, or a defogger, or anything like... Oh, no, I did put a spinner. What am I talking about? It's just I don't want to deal with rocks. I don't want to deal with that. He might have gone for a Scald, or potentially try to set up his Stealth Rocks, as that would wither down my team, but... Hey, what can you do? Unfortunately, those confusions are sort of racking up. I don't know how that works out. There's like a 30 or 10% chance of confusion. Maybe I just woke up on the right side of the bed today or something. Or maybe Cryogenal's just way too confusing to understand. So he's really taking his time on this. He's going to send out Mufasa, rightfully so. I'm going to see what he's going to lock himself into. Maybe I can live another hit. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Protect. Maybe I can live another hit. And we'll see. I didn't figure Yuck would have done anything in this battle, so he's going to lock himself into Fire Blast, which means I'm going to stay in this situation. So I'm going to go for another Poison Jab. Can't go for the Shadow Sneak. Fire Blast has a chance of missing, which it doesn't, so he'll connect. That should take down Yuck. Should. There we go. Oh, Yuck, you did something for once. Thank you. And I might just go into... I'm gonna go into another hour. No, do I want to go into another hour? I feel like I do because... Should. I'm just gonna go into another hour. Another hour has the Salt Vest, so it could take the hit. I just gotta get around this Mufasa. Luckily for me, it is... what do you call it? It's choice scarfed, so I don't really have to. I think my Electivire can take it down in one hit. Maybe I should have made that switch. Maybe. But I'm just gonna go for a Psychic. He's gonna go for a Fire Blast. He's gonna see that I'm Assault Vested. Because I'm gonna eat that right up. Oh my gosh, another hour. And I'm gonna do a decent amount of damage on this thing. So, is he gonna switch out into something? I'm gonna go for another Psychic. If he goes into his Primate, totally cool. If he doesn't, I'm okay with that. But none of his mons really want to take the Psychic, so Musharna. Another Arrow is one of my favorite mons to use just because it takes the hit up so well, and it's just sort of napping. How can you not like a mon that naps? So he's got I avoid the attack. I'm really sorry about this. The two confusions and the miss sort of do rack up. And I get a... Okay, we see what sort of day it is today. I'm sorry. Eugene, I'm guessing it's... Yeah, this thing. I don't know what to call this thing. I'm actually going to preserve my Musharna. And I don't... Do I want to preserve it? Yeah, I'm gonna preserve. No, I'm not. Because I got a lot of things to deal with his other mons. I'm just gonna go for Psychic. I want to get some damage off of this thing. And this thing's gonna it's so fast. Oh my gosh, I think this thing's really scary now. I'm afraid. He might have just swept me with this Eugene. Unless if I... Do I have anything that can take a hit? I'm frightened. I'm really frightened. He's gonna go for the X Scissors. That will take me down. That's another arrow. You cannot take that hit. You cannot take that hit at all. How fast is this thing? It outsped my Musharna. Went for the Shell Smash. I'm gonna have to bring in the voice. This thing's... I'm scared. How do I take this thing down? Dyson. Save me. Save me, Dyson. I think he might potentially sweep with this mon. I have to go for an... I could go for an Air Slash. I'm gonna go for an Air Slash. It should take it down. Can I... oh my gosh. That Stone Edge miss sucks. It mattered. I'm really sorry. Like, the hacks are in my favor today for this battle. Because that thing potentially just swept me. I don't know if I would have taken that Stone Edge. I'm max defense. Max HP. But I don't know if I could have taken that hit. Yeah, I think that probably mattered. I'm really sorry about that. He's gonna see over here. Because I eat it right up. So he's gonna... Yeah, he saw over there that I'm max defense. So I might... I don't know. Stone Edge might have taken me down, but the Ice Punch would have taken me down if I lived the Stone Edge. It's up for debate. It's up for debate. I'm so sorry. Because this would have ended up into a... This probably would have ended up in a sweep. I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball. No point of over-predicting. He's just going to go for a nasty plot. Okay. All his mons are scary. All of them are really, really scary. I'm going to go for another Shadow Ball. He has to go for a Thunderbolt. He's going to go for a Focus Blast. So that should take me down? No, it won't. At this point I was just going to sack off Rotom because... Just because. So you could go for another Focus Blast if you wanted to. Do I want to make a prediction? No, I don't. I'm going to go for another Shadow Ball. He's going to go for the Focus Blast again. I live on 1, and I think that pretty much summed up the game at this point. Thanks for the battle, Juan Angle, or Freddy. I'm sorry about all of those hacks. Those were just horrible hacks. You probably would have swept. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the battle. I'm really sorry about that. If you enjoyed this video in favor of... that was bad. It was bad. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that smash button. Hit it. Just tap it. Give it a little nudge, you know. And if you enjoyed this, be sure to subscribe. I don't know. That was really hacky. I didn't really enjoy that. Anywho, thanks for watching, and this is Cap, signing out.